Big up, everybody. It's your girl, Sofia, aka Sophie, back here on Sophia's Football Talk for yet another Champions League preview. I got my brother over here, Strasbourg Steve. How are you, mate? Good?
I'm good. I'm good, Sophia. I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah, just chilling, just watching some Serie A. I'll watch the Fulham Chelsea game, and then we got UCL tomorrow. So when the big boys play,
Yes,
So
exactly. Certain people can't relate, but we here. And that's obviously what's going to be on the agenda for this preview. So, yeah, make sure that you guys, of course, like this video, subscribe to the channel. Also, feel free to become an SFT member. Link is in the description box. And do subscribe to Steve's channel as well. It is linked in the description box. So, show him some love. And big up to Bobby K, who's already here early on. Hope you're doing
Bobby.
well, mate. Yes, Bobby. But yeah, Steve. I mean, honestly, I had you here on the channel first time before, ahead of the um, AC Milan game, and
Yeah.
you got a very good result. Talk me through a little bit of your thoughts of that game. You happy with the result? You're thinking, okay, we can build off of this. This is decent.
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't think we actually played that well. We were very blunt going forward in attack. Let's be real. We went there to go get a point, and we got it. By hook or by crook. So, um, no, Milan had a
Mhm.
lot of chances, and that layout chance where he dribbled through everyone down the left, then decided to. This happens, I guess, sometimes. Just got caught up in two minds. He was like, "Do I backheel it? Do I shoot now? Do I pass? Do I do this? Do I do?" He didn't know what to do, and then he just fell on his ass basically. So
Mhm.
that could be a defining moment in the group because if let's say we advance a point above them or something, that could really have some massive implications. So we'll see, but no, we got peppered in that first half against them.
Yes.
Giroud had a chance or two to score. Leao, like I just said, had that chance. Um, so yeah, we were a bit fortunate to get out. And at the very end, probably our best chance of the game was that Longstaff chance that just went over wide left over the bar. That would have been one of the most epic smash and grabs, honestly. That would have been
Imagine.
hilarious. But
Yeah.
good result, all things considered. Like I thought we were gonna lose and we got a point. So I'll take it. I'll
Exactly. I
take
mean, a lot of people are saying like, Milan. Yo, that's gonna be difficult. I was saying
it.
I
Right.
think we can get something out of it. I think I probably predicted maybe you guys would win, but either way, you still got a point.
Yeah.
That's still very good away,
Yeah.
to the San Siro. Either
Yeah.
way, and of course you have another tough game ahead, but you are at home, and I think
Yeah.
could potentially, St. James's Park become like one of those grounds that certain
Fortress,
clubs
man.
will be like,
Yeah.
oof, we don't want to go there. And could PSG
Yeah.
be one of those to feel, this is going to be difficult. So,
Yeah.
as that's going to be, a big one, finally playing a Champions League, a home game in the Champions League after 20 years. How big do you think that game will be tomorrow? How important do you think that will be as well?
Oh, it's exciting, man. It's so exciting. They have like the whole city's buzzing. It's a big occasion. The PSG fans are only gonna add to the crazy atmosphere, so it's just gonna be something to again just enjoy like we did with going to away to AC Milan. That's really all that's all I'm really that's what I'm looking forward to. So no, I'm
Yeah.
just it's again, it's really interesting to be in this kind of experience with Newcastle. I never saw it coming. Never would have thought this 2-3 years ago. So
Right?
it's a good it'll be a good day tomorrow. Or sorry, on Wednesday actually. So I'm just looking forward to it. Just really looking forward to it. Um, but yeah, PSG aren't in the greatest of moments either, so we could catch
Mm-hmm.
them out. We could catch them out. You never know.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like Wolves asked here, is Mbappe fit Wednesday?
Yeah,
Some people's talking like he limps up weekend. Could
he
it be in that?
did, but he did, but I still think he's gonna play by hook or by crook. They'll get him out there, and he'll get himself out there because that's the kind of guy he is. This is a guy who
Yeah.
scores a hat trick in a World Cup final. This is a guy who never ever throws in the as much as people want to slam him for whatever, and sure he's not the perfect human being or whatever, but the guy is a different level mentality
Mm-hmm.
wise. He will play, and he's a phenomenal player, the best in the world for me.
I
Besides,
hear it.
but yeah, I think he'll play. I think he will.
Okay.
So
Um, are there any like, how is it with your squad? I mean, is is Botman back, or is he still
he's like
injured?
on and off. It's
Yeah.
kind of weird. Like it's been very on and off. He didn't play against Burnley on
Yeah.
he didn't play
Okay.
against Burnley on Saturday. We had Lascelles
Mm-hmm.
step in. He actually did really well, to be honest. He was super solid, so I didn't really have a big problem with him at all. Against PSG though, that could be a bit of an issue, but I think I think Botman is out. Joe Ellington is probably going to be out for like a month or something like that.
Oh no. Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good
Yeah,
player.
but you know what? We've coped. It does suck, but you know what the thing that I love about this team and the squad is that even though someone does go down, we you know they might not be the most quality of players. They get the job done. Like we haven't
Mm-hmm.
had Joe Ellington. We had Joe Ellington for that Burnley game on as a sub for a few minutes, and that's it. Like we beat Man City without Joe Ellington.
That is a good
We
point.
beat Brentford without Joe Ellington. We got a draw versus AC Milan without Joe Ellington. I'm not
Yep.
saying he's not important to the team, but what I'm
No,
saying
no,
is
no.
he's not we aren't dependent solely on him
Yeah.
or
Mm-hmm.
Bruno or a Trippier or a Gordon or whoever.
Of course.
So
No, I hear it.
and that's what Eddie Howe. That's the philosophy of it all. We want to be a
Mm-hmm.
team. It's a squad game, not an individual. So, but yeah, Joe Ellington I
I
think is
like
going
that.
to be out. Willick
Yep.
I think is still going to be out. I think that's going to be hugely. That's going to be huge for us when he comes back. I like Joe Willick a lot.
Mm.
So but yeah, other than that, I'm trying to think of any other real injuries. Botman, Joe Ellington. I'm trying to think who else. Obviously, Harvey Barnes has been out. He's gonna be out for like 3 months or something like that because of his foot.
Ay, ay, ay. There's so
Yeah,
many injuries, Steve. And I've been
I
saying that
across
for
the
so many
board,
clubs.
across the
Oh
board.
my God.
Yeah, I don't get it.
It's
I don't. I really don't get it. It's like, but that's the thing. That's the thing why I'm not too worried about it because it's like, well, okay, yeah, my squad. Like, if I count right now, we have 7. 4 are doubtful. Well, every other team pretty much has that. So like it kind of equalizes,
mm-hmm.
really. It just depends where
That's a good
you
point.
get injured, the injuries from.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah,
I hear it.
I think it'll be really really interesting against PSG. But yeah, we'll see.
Yes. Yeah, we will see. I just want to say big up to Wolves F5 for the. I don't know if you
Yep,
were
well,
supposed to send anything, but thank you for the super chat. And if you were, we just forgot to write it. Just write it as a regular comment. But either way, thank you, Wolves F5. I
yep.
do appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But what, Steve? So we talked a little bit about obviously your thoughts about the game, but I want to hear a little bit more like your expectation. Do you fancy you guys to maybe, obviously, we're going to the score prediction at the end, but
Yeah.
how do you see Eddie Howe setting up the team for the Wednesday game?
Same as always. I think it's going to be really interesting to see who dominates possession because Luis Enrique teams, they have the ball and that's that. But Eddie Howe also likes to possess, but we can be, perfectly comfortable sitting back and defending. But we're the home team. When we go away to the Parc des Princes, I'm not
Yes.
expecting to have much of the ball
Ooh.
because I think we'll play for draws, and that's cool as long as we get them.
Yep.
So I think it could be just a straight up 50-50 affair kind of thing. Because Eddie Howe and the players will want the ball. The crowd will urge us on to have possession, go forward. But I mean, Luis Enrique, he's got the better squad on paper and all that, so he'll be able to actually get it going for them possession wise. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why I think it'll probably just be a straight 50-50 kind of setup sort of thing. So, um,
Yep.
but yeah, I see that as one of the big things. I see also another thing is that for Dan Burn, this is a big, big test. I mean, he hasn't really
Yeah.
failed many of them. When has
No.
Dan Burn ever really got caught out? I think Anthony for you guys
Oh,
maybe had one or two good games against Dan Burn. Other than that,
yeah.
though, he's handled himself very well against Saka. He's handled
He's so tall,
himself
by
well.
the way. That guy
Yeah,
is,
yeah.
wow,
He's what
a
6 foot,
mountain.
6 foot
Freak.
7,
Oh
six
my
foot
lord.
seven. And that's the
Kind of look.
thing. He's not the
Wow.
quickest, but he's got long legs. When you've got those
Yeah.
long legs, you don't have to be quick necessarily because you can cover ground just based off of how long, how much ground you can cover because your legs are
Good
so
point.
damn long.
Yeah.
Also, aerially, that's why Eddie Howe he's in the team because aerially, you ain't winning a header over him unless you're a
That
Victor
is a good point.
Osimhen. Unless you're a Victor Osimhen, that's the only guy that I can think of
Yeah.
that could win a header off him.
Mm-hmm.
So and so for me, I think I'm not really worried about that aspect too much of it. Could Mbappe you expose him or Usman Dembele? Yeah, but he's either way it's understandable. Like okay, if Usman Dembele gets the beating of him a few times, fair enough. He's
Mm-hmm.
one of the better players, better wingers in the world. That's fine.
Yeah.
And if he does, wow, hats off to Dan Burn. But that'll be
Yeah.
interesting. I want to see if Livermento can get a shot because I do like I Trippier for me. He's getting to that age, and also like we just talked about with the injuries, there are a lot of injuries coming into play. And Livermento handled himself very well, albeit it was a
Yes.
City B team. Livermento handled himself extremely well, was man of the match versus Man City on the previous Wednesday against them in the
Yep.
Carabao Cup. So I don't see
He looked
why.
good.
I'd like yeah. I'd like to see maybe him get a shot. He could also play left back too if Eddie Howe
Yeah.
doesn't want to go.
Versatile.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so if Eddie Howe wants to go, I'd love to see a Livermento get in there. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think it'll be a good game. They PSG
Yeah.
play Clermont Foot on Saturday. I watched that game, and
Ooh.
their goalkeeper Boris Diaw had about 3 or 4 wonder saves, and they defended really resolutely. I don't
Mm-hmm.
think PSG's midfield or defense really had anything to blame. They just didn't have their shooting boots on really. So
Okay.
I don't see why we can't get a draw or a win or something like that against them if Clermont Foot or bottom of Ligue 1 can do. But
That
it's
is a good
encouraging.
point.
And they used a
Yeah.
lot of forwards that game. Paris Saint Germain. They had all on one pitch at the same time. They had
Oh
let me
wow.
pull this up. They had
Yeah.
they had Colomwani, Dembele, Mbappe, and Bradley Barcola, plus Ashraf Hakimi. So they had
What?
all that firepower again. Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
They
And
had all that
still,
firepower against Clermont Foot, and they couldn't get it done. So
that gives you guys an opportunity to think, hey, maybe there's potentially a door that we
yeah,
can, step into. You never know. I mean,
yeah.
did you also catch obviously when you guys were playing AC Milan, I believe you guys had an early kickoff, and then later that same day, I think it was
PSG
obviously
Dortmund.
PSG Dortmund, right? And
Yeah,
PSG was just at the end, obviously they were just too good for
yeah.
Dortmund. I feel like you guys are better than Dortmund. I think you'll, and like you said earlier, you guys are at home, so the advantage will be a bit more like, okay, give you a boost. We're back in the
We're
Champions
the
League
slight
at home.
bookie favorites. We're the slight
Yeah.
bookie favorites by like
Oh,
this much
yeah.
because of that.
I I think y'all can have a chance. I generally do believe that it's going to be a very good game. I'm very
Yeah.
excited for that game.
And about your comparison to Dortmund, I think we defend far better than Dortmund.
Hmm.
I think maybe goalkeeper you could debate Kobo or Nick Pope. They're probably about
Hmm.
the same level, to be honest. I like both of them.
I hear it.
Um, but I think we defend better than them in general.
Hmm.
They could probably score a few more goals than us, but we still have firepower to match.
Yeah.
So we probably could like go into Dortmund. That'll be very, very interesting because that's probably the weakest out of the three
Yeah,
teams that we play. So
would have to agree. This game after, would that be against Dortmund away
yeah,
or something? Yeah.
no, Dortmund at home.
Oh,
Excuse me.
y'all got that. Y'all
Yeah,
got that.
Dortmund at home, and then
Oh
we go
yeah,
to
yeah.
Dortmund away.
Oof. Yeah, you know what? I think you can get out of this group. I mean, we'll see, of course,
Yeah,
Wednesday, but like you said, I think it'll definitely probably maybe we'll have to go all the way to the last day potentially.
I think it will anyways.
Yeah.
I think it will anyways because teams are just gonna be trading points back and forth. Like I think AC Milan Dortmund on Wednesday. I think AC Milan will. I think that'll probably be a draw, but Dortmund
Mm,
usually do well at home in the Champions League, no matter who they
mm,
play against. You know,
yeah.
so they could totally win that game, and then bam, it's back to it would be, and then let's say we draw with PSG, that would mean okay. So I said Dortmund win, that'd be 3 points. Milan on one, Newcastle on two, PSG on four. That's real tight. And then if one draw, let's say
Yes.
Newcastle win, then we go top. And then if Dortmund win, they go they go level with PSG on three. You know,
Mhm.
so but then if Milan win or if Milan get a draw or if everyone just draws. So it's real tight, real tight. And I
It
think it
really
will be to
is.
the final day. I guarantee
Yeah.
it, to be honest.
I
But
think so too. And that the group is like the proper group of that, but you never know.
yeah.
I still believe and fancy you guys to get second probably in the group. I have a feeling. I think y'all can do it. And I hope you do. Yeah, it'll
Who
be
are the
dope to
two
see.
to finish below us? That's my question.
Yeah,
I don't
that is
know if
a
we're.
yeah.
I think Dortmund we could finish above them. I think that's kind of reasonable, but who knows? Like I said, they can score goals. They have firepower,
They do.
but over an AC Milan team with their added depth now, that would be very impressive. I still think we'll probably end up third, but you never know. We have two straight home games. So and PSG, like I said, they just came off a draw, and we have five straight clean. That's the big thing for me. Newcastle, we have five straight clean sheets,
Come on, yeah.
and we've been we picked up form, and now the whole talk about Eddie Howe getting sacked, that's just been
That is
evaporated. It feels
it's
like a life.
funny
It
how
feels like
that
a lifetime
changed.
ago.
Oh
It
my
feels like a
god.
lifetime ago. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I haven't heard nobody say to me, I don't know, Steve, you might not be the guy. And it's like, well, I don't know if he is either, but let's just see how it plays out.
Let's just see. And here we are a couple of games later, and those talks have silent a little bit. So
Yeah.
sometimes you just got to go on the proper run with good performances. Like you
Yeah.
said, clean sheet. Come on, that's very good. So
Yeah.
nah,
And we
I
rotated our whole
yeah,
back foot. We've had back fours and two out of the different back fours and different lineups in general over the 5 games. We fully rotated for the Man City game and got a clean sheet. I know they had their B team, but still, not
nah, but
many
still,
teams.
nah, they still like. Let's be honest, that B team is
It's
a
still a
lot of
very
other
good
teams'
side.
A team. So
Yeah,
like, I'm not having it with Man
yeah,
City. I'm so sorry. They should have won, but you guys showed up and you were better. It's that
yeah.
simple. you know Let me
Absolutely.
read some of the comments here before we
Yeah.
start to
No
move
worries.
on to Man United. Big up, by the
Yeah.
way, to those who are watching. Keep liking, subscribing, and also subscribe to Steve's channel. It is linked in the description. Okay. Big up to Raja,
Or-
big up to Alumba. I do see a lot of you guys have posted some comments about Man United, so we will be addressing that a little bit later. uh, Paloma says, I want Newcastle to draw or lose. Hmm, I wouldn't mind them winning. Like I said, I ain't got a problem. I ain't, there's no agenda here. I
Yeah.
do not have an issue with Newcastle. They ain't,
Hey,
they
you
don't
know
mind.
what? That's the thing about Newcastle. Like we hate Leeds. You hate Leeds. I hate Liverpool. You hate Liverpool.
Yeah, simple.
I don't really have any love for Arsenal. Y'all don't like Arsenal, so
Exactly.
Newcastle have a
We
common ops with a lot of people, to be
we
honest.
do. Yes,
So
I like that common ops. Definitely. Runner says Newcastle could have the
Good.
yeah, they
We
could.
we just gotta Eddie Howe's just gotta just eat. Look, Enrique is a fantastic manager. He's got pedigree. With Spain, he didn't do as good as I thought he would, but he's still a
I
top
think he's a
manager.
little bit overrated, in my opinion.
He's
I don't
still
know. I don't.
he's he,
Yeah,
I'm not his biggest fan either, but at the same time, he is still one of the guy that got Barcelona that if you give him guys to work with to score,
I
he,
hear
he
you.
he's done it in club football, albeit it was a while ago. But
Mm,
we'll just have to see, man. I think it's just again, it's a great test for Eddie Howe to see can you compete with top tier managers and teams. And, so far so good. So
I
but
see it.
yeah,
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 you can roll the dice with that Champions League group. Honestly,
yeah,
yeah, it will like with it's been mentioned. It's a very tight group, so yeah,
yeah.
for sure. Um, Wolves, if I said I hope Newcastle are doing well in the UCL, but hopefully rest of the Premier League teams keep losing there. Oh my God. Okay. Though most likely that doesn't happen. All of them are expected going easily through. I mean, we'll see for I don't know, Man United. We're doing a madness. We'll see tomorrow. I mean, that's
Yeah.
a great segue to go into Man United
Yeah.
versus Galatasaray. Lord have
Yeah.
mercy. Let's talk on it. I mean, what are you thinking? Steve, as more so you'll be like a neutral in terms of that. Like you said, like we got no issues with Newcastle, you ain't got no issues with Man United, but I want to hear like your honest take
Oh,
into ahead of
I
that game tomorrow.
I think
Keep it 100
Galatasaray.
like you always do. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, I think Galatasaray are gonna give you a game. To be honest, I think you'll end up scraping it, but I
Mm,
don't think that some people are. I would hope that most people are realizing that this Man United isn't just gonna blow by Galatasaray. I don't think so at all. Look, Gala do not lose games very often at all. They haven't lost this year so far. They had the draw against Copenhagen, but that was just down to some very very silly mistakes.
Yeah,
But they came back real quick.
they
We
came
saw
back.
the cross
Yeah.
that Zaha gave for who scored. It wasn't Dervishoglu. It was someone else on Gala. But I remember watching that game. It was a
Yeah,
good game.
same. It was a
So
good game.
they have a lot of or Bowie. Sasha Bowie scored, and he's a very good right
Mm,
back. Some people are
mm,
gonna have to pay attention to Sasha Bowie. They've got
yep.
quality players, man. And they can win games scrappy. They can win games with a lot of goals. They just defensively just need to focus a little more on keeping it simple. They'll be
Hmm.
able to that defensively. I do like them. They just sometimes have
Okay.
that mistake in them, especially from what's his face? Muslera. He's a good shot stopping goalkeeper, but sometimes he can make some mistakes that are kind of silly. But I do like Fernando Muslera. Um
Okay.
um Other than that, I like their midfield of Oliveira and Torreira, and
Mm.
I really like Kerem Aktürkoğlu, that winger on the right. Zaha, Icardi's been scoring goals. Dries Mertens. So they've
Yep.
got a lot of quality players, a lot of quality players. And Michael, big up, bro. He
Big
te-
up to
he,
Michael.
he
Michael,
pointed
why
out
did you have to say that? Oh Lord have
Okan
mercy.
Buruk was the same manager that beat you guys with Başakşehir
Oh
those
my
like
God.
3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah,
That
oh,
Demba
I,
Ba, I think Demba Ba
yeah,
scored.
yes, yes, where we just, I was like, that might have been one of the worst, like,
Yeah.
defensive type play defending I've ever seen in my life where nobody, like, I think it was, oh, what was it?
Is it
The
Lindelof
assistant
and
coach had to be like, go back,
yeah.
like, and you see freaking Matic running like Matic ain't going catching up to Demba Ba. That ain't
Old man
happening.
Matic. Old
Oh,
man
I
Matic.
was like, yeah. I believe that might have also been. It has to have been after when we won against PSG or something in that. We were like doing well in the group, but then we start to just
It was
fumble.
Leipzig, PSG, and Istanbul Başakşehir. Yeah.
Dang it.
I think you lost on the
Oh,
final day to Leipzig too.
yeah, my
I
lord.
remember that.
Oh my God. Michael, I just got PTSD from all of this now.
That's
No, long day.
that's the thing. That was away. Like Galatasaray, I think away from home they'll probably beat you just because I think some of your players aren't. Yeah, and apparently Ten Hag said it himself in some reports. Who knows if they're true or not, but apparently it's like he questions the mental capability or whatever of your team to battle through adversity. So
Yeah,
that's a bit tough, but yeah,
it
I think
really is.
Galatasaray are gonna come and they're gonna come and try to score. They're gonna try to play football. They will sit back because, to be honest, you guys in possession. I just feel like there's not much of it. Does anyone know what they? Does anyone like look like they know what they're doing
To be
for
honest,
you
sometimes I
guys in
just,
attack? I just want to see if Rashford gets dropped. That would be interesting. Because
that
number
is a
one, I think
big,
he needs some
yeah.
rest.
Yep.
Same thing with Bruno. You could argue he needs rest, but then it's like, who do you put in there? Garnacho, sure, but it's not like he's been tearing up trees. He's had some good games here and there. He's still a
Yeah,
kid though, so it's gonna be up
of
and down.
course.
You
But
guys
I'm
are in a tough
thinking
spot.
it's,
You guys are in a tough
yeah,
spot.
the thing is though, like you said, the very, very nice question that you raised in terms of like, would Rashford be dropped? That's what I am hoping and expect to want to see for tomorrow's
Mm,
game. It wasn't a good performance. Not that I'm gonna sit here and necessarily make him as a scapegoat. That's
right.
not the case here. Bruno also wasn't doing, you know, the best himself. But I do, you know, there was stuff working when we were playing against Crystal Palace in the Carabao Cup, right?
Yeah.
Last Tuesday. And then I was thinking, I want to see how can Bruno and Rashford adapt into that as well. Didn't work
Yeah.
out, so now I want to see them, not to see them out of the squad, just sit on the bench, and then you could come in if
Yeah.
needs be. But I
Yeah.
I personally think that will be important. So for me, Tenag, we know that you can make those tough decisions. We've seen you've done it before, but
Yeah.
you got to do it again. Grow up here and do it. That's what I think. And
Yeah.
like Michael said here, and I
Yeah.
remember
Yeah.
hearing this here in Norway, Molde outplay Galatasaray in Norway. Yes, yes, yes. I mean, they were very close to actually, qualifying, going through, but obviously weren't
Yeah.
able to do it at the end. But they held their own against Galatasaray, so
Yeah.
Galatasaray can be got at,
Yeah. No, definitely.
you know.
Definitely.
So I mean, we're at home. If it was, I ain't gonna lie, if it was Galatasaray away, I would be like, no, forget it, because I know these players that we have right now, some of them, I'm sorry, but they are children. The mentality is not there. They some of them hide. They
Yeah.
they don't really show up for the occasion. We've seen it when it comes to big away games last season. It's pathetic sometimes. So, whew,
And by
legit.
the way, like I see in the
Go ahead.
comments that Galatasaray got moved by Copenhagen to the team is overhyped. I'm not saying that Galatasaray are the best team on earth. You don't need to be the best team on earth to beat Man United nowadays, do you? Crystal
Nope.
Palace have lost to some have lost some pretty to some not some great opponents. Like I'm not saying that Galatasaray are amazing. I'm just saying they do enough to challenge. And the screwed up thing is that I didn't even think Crystal Palace had. I thought you guys were just gonna beat them 1-0 scrappy. That's the only way I predict you guys to win nowadays. A 1-0 scrappy win at OT. And on the road, I'm like, a draw is about as good as it'll get. Maybe a scrappy win, because you guys are scrapping and
We
fighting,
are.
every single game. So it's not that I'm not saying that Galatasaray are, war
Oh
are
no,
like amazing. I'm just saying they have personnel that could hurt you because apparently Palace had enough. So,
God. I mean,
oh
ugh. I mean, you're not wrong there, Steve. You're not wrong.
yeah,
We are a team that can. You don't have to be amazing on your day.
no,
I mean, teams can still show up
because you
and be
guys
like, you
don't
know what?
create enough for Hoyland. Like what Michael points out, I get it,
Yeah.
Galatasaray defensively, but even when they make mistakes, is someone going to be there to actually put the ball in the back of the net to actually capitalize on the mistakes. I can't say with any confidence. I don't know if Sofia can, but you know. And who's gonna create for Hoyland? That game on Saturday, who the hell was creating for Hoyland? Dude is doing the graveyard shift again.
Yeah.
Again. And it's like, how
Legit.
many, bro? I feel like Man United, ever since I've been into football since 2014, you guys have had decent strikers. And some of them have even put up decent numbers. But it's never been consistent. We create them chances. We create chances for them. We create chances for them again and again and again and again. So like that's been a consistent issue for you
It
guys.
has been.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%. It's been, not good at all and needs to be addressed and, of course, fixed as well.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy. I'm just going to read some more comments. Big
Yeah.
up to United Spurs of America,
Oh, Jacob.
aka with Jacob. Hope you're doing well, mate. Do you
Sure.
subscribe to his channel? Show him some love. Big up to Lewis Jackson. The man Kushner says Hannibal Warren's starting after last week's Palace game, the one we won. Hey, I hear you. I wouldn't mind him starting again,
Yeah, he should
for
be
this game.
because he's
Yeah,
better. Here's the thing that bothers me when people say, "Oh, you shouldn't throw the kids out there. That's not fair." What are you talking about? It's not fair. When are they ever going to get a chance if the adults or the professionals or the senior players if they're crap, if they're playing like
Mm-hmm.
crap? When are they ever going to get a chance then? And by the way, there's never going to be an easy time to just slide into Man United's team. It's always going to be a big jump from academy to the first team. It's always going to
Yeah,
be a big jump regardless, even if
yeah,
everything is going their way. Do you
yeah.
think it's easy for Oscar Bob, Phil Foden, Cole Palmer, any of those guys who used to be at City or are at City to get
Mm-hmm.
into that City first team, even when they're winning 20 games out of
Mm-hmm.
21? Like, it's still not easy. It's
No,
actually, you could argue, more difficult because they have to maintain that level. They have to maintain that level. So there's never going to be
100%.
an easy, like, ideal situation to throw the kids in the lineup. And
Yeah.
clearly Hannibal, he's shown that he done well against Palace. Try Galatasaray. That's what I would do. Like, why do you have
Yeah.
to play Harry Maguire? Why do you have to play him? He's not the future.
Nope.
Play a young center back from the academy. Liverpool do it. They've been doing that with Kwanzaa. They did it
They
with
did.
Jones. They did it with
Yep.
Alexander Arnold. You guys did it with Rashford. You guys did it with
Yeah.
McTominay initially. I know he's crap, but you know what I'm saying? So it's like,
No, no, I hear. Yeah, yeah,
look,
you're
look,
right.
look. That I don't see why Hannibal can't play. I don't see why not. Like, it doesn't
You're
make
spot
sense to
on.
me when people say, "Oh, you can't throw him in there." Because and the other thing is like, well, then why didn't you just if they're just gonna sit on the bench and play one or two Carabao Cup games, you may as well just send them on. You may as well should have what's it called? Send them on loan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Because
saying?
for
So it's
his
like for me,
development as well, it's like,
right? Like
not
there's never
playing, that
right.
ain't gonna help you out.
There's never gonna be an amazing, perfect, ideal day for when those guys get to play for Man United. So
Yeah.
I would just throw them in and let them see if they're Man United player, if they're Man United quality, then they will show it. If
Yeah.
they can handle the pressure and whatnot. If they don't, they don't, and we'll all see it. But Hannibal,
You're
you
spot
can't say
on.
that.
Yeah. Because you have to give him the opportunity. It's like what you said with Rashford. I mean, Rashford, I think he was probably like far down the pecking order initially, and then we
Played
didn't have
against
any
Midtjylland, I
strike.
think.
Yes, we didn't have any strikers. He got
Yeah.
his debut February 28th, 2016. I remember the date. Okay, no, we
Yeah.
had no when everybody was out. Nobody was there, and he
Yeah.
came in, and he took it by force, and he took
He
his
took it with
opportunity
both hands. He took his
both
opportunity.
hands, and
Yeah.
he was never back in the academy. He kept going
Yeah.
and became a first team starter.
Yeah. Like it happens all the time. So it's like
Yeah.
don't Ten Hag should not be afraid to use the academy. And eventually he's gonna have no choice. Eventually
Yeah.
he's gonna have no choice because this injury crisis for you guys, it's not gonna be just all of a sudden, oh, it's just this half of the season. The next half will be fine. No. You guys have had problems
Mm,
consistently year after year after year after year with these injuries. It's been a consistent thing where it's like, wow, no, you guys can't ever stay fit fully as a squad for more than a month, maybe. So it's like if you throw the kids in at every possible opportunity, then when you're forced to use them because you're missing 12 players, they've had prior experience, right?
exactly.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know. I don't
No,
know.
I'm with you, Steve. I'm with you. You have a great point. 100%.
Yeah.
Now it's up to Ten Hag to see, brother, do you got the
Yeah.
balls to do it or not? Because if he keeps persisting with maybe, and like Tolimba also agrees. Spot on, Steve. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, big up for sure. Um, if he keeps, constantly picking the same, some of the players like having a Rashford keep playing even though the performance
Yeah.
has been good. The same with Bruno, some of the others. At some point, brother, you might die on that sword. And I want to be backing you, believe that you will turn this around, but you have to show me tomorrow that you can
Yeah.
make those tough decisions.
Yeah.
Like you said, throw a Hannibal in there. Have a Nacho play. If it
Yeah.
doesn't work, you let Rashi, build like fire of fuel in him again.
Yeah.
Fuel of fire might be the right thing to say, but yeah, I need to see fire from Rashi again at some
Yeah, because he
point.
just hasn't looked the same player this
He
season.
hasn't.
Coming off that major deal as well, it's not a good look.
It's not a
It's
good
just not.
look.
It's not a good look. That's
You're going backwards, like you
yeah.
can't you should be playing like you want, like you don't have that contract.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see. Play like that again. It can't just be okay. You're going to be missing for a game, then suddenly we're going to get a goal. Like, great, thank you for the stats and all that.
Yeah.
Thank you, but I have to see you tracking back. I can't see you just running into blind alleys for nobody.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense.
I
You
just feel
know?
like with Rashford, it's like one season is up here, then the next season it's middling or it's not good
Yeah,
at all. Whatever
exactly.
reason it is, I know the during the Oli times he had the shoulder thing that he'd never gotten taken care of.
Yeah,
But that's what your medical staff does a lot. It seems like rushing guys
yeah,
back in constantly.
yeah. I mean, we start with Lisandro Martinez. He's gonna be,
Lisandro,
right,
he's got
undergoing
the
a
foot problem,
surgery.
and that's why he looked
Yes.
like crap. Then, well, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
because I've been like, there's something not right with him this season. In preseason he looked alright, but like he wasn't playing every game, and obviously a little
Yeah,
bit less here and there, of course.
yeah,
But like in the actual season now, something hasn't looked right, and we already now we know what it is, and it's quite unfortunate because if you could have just handled that in the best way, they wouldn't be in this situation. Also, maybe gone and get another center back at that time when we had the ability to, but no. So we're just, I don't know. Do you think, though, after all of this, I mean, of course, the performance hasn't been the best. Do you think that we can turn this around? Or do you think that, as I've been hearing a lot of people say, like Ten Hag, you might not have that much time left?
I honestly, it's like I don't know because to
Yeah,
be honest, well, actually no, and you know why? It's because it's a lot of the same players that have failed down the years.
yeah,
Like, why are they going to turn a corner now all of a sudden? I think Ten Hag's a good manager, but I think that's going to be away from Old Trafford, if I'm honest. But that's because that's like we've talked about this a lot on WhatsApp or whatever on other shows and stuff. Like, nobody
hmm
at that club is set up to succeed. Nobody. That's what it is. So it's like I wouldn't be surprised if Ten Hag goes somewhere else and succeeds, because if
yeah,
he goes to a club that sets him up to actually succeed,
yeah. And that's the thing when people are like screaming for like a Deserbi. And I like Deserbi, but he's not going to
he ain't
work out
gonna
in,
do
in
nothing.
this. That ain't happening, you know? It,
He's not. He is not. He is not freaking. What's his name? He's not Sir Alex.
exactly.
No one has done any. No manager at Manchester United. Okay, they've won a trophy here and there. No consistent dominance, which is what United. That's what they used to be, and that's what your fans want. So that's
Yeah,
yeah. It's just not gonna happen. I don't
yeah. And I like what Michael says here. Like, okay, if United sack Eric Ten Hag, then what? That's exactly what's been my point as well. When
think.
people, because after the game we had against Palace, Eric Ten Hag out was trending on Twitter.
I mean, they
And
could
I'm
do.
like,
Bro, people can want him. Here's the thing. I don't even care if you want him sacked. That's fine. But don't delude yourself into thinking that, now Man United are going to be dominant force that they once were with someone new, like De
Yeah,
Zerbi or whoever.
exactly. When
You're
people are
not.
asking for
It's
like,
just not going to happen. So I don't care
no.
if you're just sick of Ten Hag and you want something new just for the style or whatever. Fine, but you're not going to get anything like results wise that much different long term or medium term. You'll have a good
Mhm.
season.
Yeah, but
You
then
just
we'll have the same
continue to
conversation.
exactly in
We'll,
less than
yeah,
2 years time. In less
yeah.
than 2 years time, we'll just have the same convo.
We'll have the same convo. And then we're gonna be like, yeah, but we need somebody else. Da 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 da. Da. We'll have the new shiny toy, and it's like, I don't want to keep being in the same old cycle,
Yeah,
season in, season out. It's tiring. It's very exhausting being a Man United supporter
that.
this past 10 years, like childhood was amazing, adulthood, not so much.
Yeah,
It's woof. So like,
it
like you
sucks
said,
becoming
Steve,
an
it's just
adult. They no, everybody says it sucks growing up. Well, that
yeah. Well,
nobody knew that it applied to your football team.
oh yeah, hey, I didn't. If you would have asked me that 10 years ago, I'd be like, nah,
Yeah,
we would be running the show. We would be running the world still.
yeah,
Nope. Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
yeah.
It's quite, oh, Lord have mercy. Roger says Pep wouldn't do so well with United. No injuries can't be excuses. Every club got, of course, of course.
Yeah.
Um,
However,
like
I
we,
do think
yeah,
Ten Hag will probably get sacked because that's what they do. They the fan base will simp for the Glazers and then they'll sack them and then then the attention goes away from them. So I've seen the cycle. Like I said, I've been
we've
watching
seen the
football since
cycle.
2014. It's like
Yep.
the third time I've seen it. Third time I've seen it. So like, what's gonna be different?
Now imagine like those, 9 years you've been, following along with
Yeah,
football. You've seen Man United. You've seen this plot before from Man United.
yeah,
You've seen it. It's
yeah.
madness. It's
But
proper
it,
insanity.
yeah. But whatever. It is what it
It
is.
is what it is. But hey, for the last few minutes, though, I do want to hear as we start to wrap it up.
Yeah.
The prediction. What are you thinking? So we'll start with your team.
Oh, wow. Okay. Um, my word. Okay. This is so tough because, like I said,
I know.
they haven't been in great form. They did really well against Olympique de Marseille. They won 4-0. They always beat them though. Um, I'll go for a I, I'll go for a 2-1. I'll go for a 2-1. I'll go for a back and forth game. I think like I said, we're at home at the Parc des Princes. I think it'll be a different story. We
Yeah, yeah,
won't be
yeah, yeah.
favorites for that. I don't think. I think we could do something at home. I think we have the midfield to compete. I think we have the players to be clinical enough at the right times. I think we have the goalkeeper to keep us in a game like Nick Pope did against
Yeah,
Milan, and like Nick
yep,
Pope is just done for
100%.
Newcastle throughout his short time with us. So I'll go for a Newcastle 2-1 win, I think.
Okay.
Big
Ooh,
occasion, big occasion. I think we can do something. Why not?
it can become one of those magical nights, man. You
Yeah.
never
I'll
know.
I'll go 2-1. I'll go two to
Okay.
one. I'm feeling pretty good about
Michael here says Newcastle 1-1
it. I
PSG, and
would
people
take
do
that.
get into
Yeah.
the comments. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Rudder says 0-0. Now I think we're gonna see some goals here.
Yeah.
Not maybe necessarily many, but I think we'll see some goals.
Yeah.
Wolf says PSG has pretty uh, suspicious start to League
In
that
the
will
yeah.
give Newcastle great hope. Hey,
That's the
hey,
thing. Like we've
mhm,
been in good form too. If we were
yes,
losing three straight and we had the PSG, I'd be like, nah, the best we could hope
mm,
for is a draw. We've kept
yeah.
five straight clean sheets, and
I
we've been
mean,
scoring goals in all of them except the AC Milan away. But I'll take us. We're in good form.
yeah,
I'll go for it. I'll go for
okay.
it.
Lewis says Newcastle 2-1, but lose, please. Lewis, why do we want
It's
Newcastle? Why
fine.
do we need Newcastle to lose? They're not even in our group
Worry
or
about
anything
your
like that.
own. Worry about your own team.
Yeah, Lewis, let's worry about Man United, okay? Let's do that.
I know you're a bit jealous. I know you're a bit jealous because it is nice having Saudi owners.
Hey, I mean, all I'm gonna say is, where is it? There it is.
Today I feel Qatari.
I need this to be in a reality. Man United,
Yeah.
Glazers, please, you gotta go. You gotta go. Legit. Daily Tech says Newcastle will be out in group stage. No disrespect.
I mean, that's not like a crazy opinion to have. Like, yeah, we're all these other teams that we're playing in the UCL right now. They all have years and years and years of Champions League experience. We're the new guys to this, so like I see why you think that. And to be honest, that I'd rather it be that way than everybody saying we have to win, have to win, have to win.
Mhm.
So we're playing with a bit of freedom. There is pressure because it's we want to see Newcastle win and stuff, but we'll see.
100%.
We'll see.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm gonna say for my prediction, I'll say 2-2.
That's fair.
2-2.
That's
I'm
fair.
gonna say
They have
2-2.
2 goals in them. They
Yeah,
do.
but I hope you win. I hope you
Fair
win.
enough.
I
Fair
want.
enough.
I literally. I'm invested in this Newcastle journey in the Champions League. I want to see how far can y'all go.
Yeah.
And literally, yeah. Hey, why not? It's like, you know, dope, interesting story. Coming back after 20 years. Come
Yeah.
on, you know, why not? By the way,
Absolutely.
what kit are you wearing? Is that like a Newcastle away
Like
kit or something
2000,
like? Look pretty
from like
dope.
2007 or something. It's got Damien
Ooh,
Duff on the back.
yeah, 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 yeah. I was like,
That's
that's
like
ooh,
2007, 2008. Yeah, it's old shirt. But I got about like
hey,
50 Newcastle shirts.
d- yo, I love
Yeah.
that. I mean, I love to collect shirts myself, but
Yeah.
yo, that's dope. Though. Hey, so people, if you're wondering, like, Steve does have his own like Instagram
Yeah.
profile in terms of like the kits and all of that. So do
Got
you know what, Steve?
135
After
of them.
this video,
Yeah.
I will be putting that in the chat as well. But can you plug
Oh, word.
your Instagram? Go ahead.
Yeah. My Instagram, it's on what's it called? Yeah, on Instagram it's Strasbourg Steve Kits, KITS. It's just all in one. So I'll type it
Yes.
down here in the
Yes,
comments. But yeah.
yes, yes, yes.
If you and
Do
and and
check
you
that
know,
out.
I
Oh,
sell some of them too. Like I
yep.
just collect any shirts. I've got shirts
Yes.
from really anywhere. So, but yeah, if you're interested in that stuff,
Literally anywhere. This guy, wow, he knows his stuff. So, check it out.
yeah,
But yeah, like I said, 2-2. That's my prediction. Big up to Aussie, by the way. Hope you're doing well.
it's all
Oh
about
yeah,
it.
Rajat, I did hear that. The fact Varane says United can win. You say, Varane, I love you. We ain't winning no Champions League with this team. He was like, this team can go all the way. No, we can't. No, I wish. I wish, but we ain't going nowhere right now in the Champions League.
Yeah,
Hey, the best we can do, I would hope. My expectation was maybe we'll go to the quarterfinals potentially. Now I'm like, you know what? One step at a time. Let's focus on winning the gala game tomorrow. So,
yeah,
since we are speaking about, let's finish off with this. So, I want to hear your prediction, Steve.
yeah.
Man United, Galatasaray.
Uh, God Almighty. The
Mm,
problem is, I think Galatasaray are gonna score.
mm.
I'm not sure if you're gonna.
Oh, okay.
But then again, I didn't think you'd score 3 against Bayern. Like in no world did I think, wow, you're gonna score 3. I guess I'll
Ah,
take you guys 2-1.
okay.
Two to
Yeah, we're
one
not
Man
going to keep a
United
clean
win.
sheet. We're not keeping a clean sheet for
No,
that.
I don't
Definitely
think
not.
so either.
Nope.
I'll
I
say
think I
two to
might.
one by the
Yeah.
skin of the teeth.
You
Just
know
barely.
what? I think I might say that as well. I'm going to say 2-1 to Man
I
United.
have no
Just
confidence
about.
in saying that. I'm sure you don't
See,
really either.
I don't either. Brother, I don't either.
You scored
No,
3
there's.
against Bayern, so I guess I
We
can
did.
grant you that. I guess.
I mean, it once again, it really depends on how. I mean, certain men gotta enjoy the bench at the beginning. So we'll see how it goes, but we can't keep playing the way we're doing with not being clinical enough and all that, and just dropping our heads if stuff doesn't go as planned. That's kind
Yeah.
of my thought process, at least. So I'm gonna say 2-1, and I do want to hear your thoughts as well, everybody.
Mm,
So let me know in the comment section before we wrap up your
yeah.
thoughts. Will Man United win? Will we draw? Or will we lose? Honestly, let me know. Wolves says Galatasaray and Copenhagen, same group, even united in the mud. What we all love should be enough managers this group.
Yeah. Yeah, you
Okay,
should have enough.
we
Just
should.
barely. Like I think again it'll be on the last day where you get through. Just barely.
I just hope we get through.
Yeah.
Please. Please.
You
I'm
don't like
tired.
Thursday nights?
I don't want it. Steve, I don't want to. I don't want to hear the I don't want to. And it actually that song does slaps, but I it doesn't give me like, oh wow, this is
Not Champions
you
League,
know,
yeah.
it's not the same,
Yeah.
you know?
No, I feel you. I feel you.
Yeah. And Daily Tech says the problem at United, it's not even about clean sheet. Scoring is a big issue for
Yeah.
us. Same problem like last year. Exactly. That's why I'm
Yeah.
thinking, why the hell didn't we get? And I don't mind Halen. Halen, the potential is there, but he can't be the main striker.
There's
You know?
no bro, he's a player where you need to give him some service. You need to give him
Yes,
some service.
literally.
But
Exactly. But you know what? We'll have to wait and see. We're gonna now wrap up because obviously Fulham and Chelsea is
yeah,
starting very soon. And I do, we both want to catch that game. But Steve, just
yeah,
want to say thank you so much for, joining this match preview. The time just went by so quickly, but it was
yeah,
nice,
yeah.
talking the Champions League again. And best of luck for, of course, the game on Wednesday. We will be there. And I hope that y'all do well. I think you will.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you. Same to you.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, thank you. But yeah, people, like, share, and subscribe to this channel, and of course, also once again, do subscribe to Steve's channel. I will also put his Instagram in the description box as well,
Right.
alongside the channel that's already there. So you know, show him some love, follow, and I'll be back tomorrow for a match reaction after Man United and all that. I also do have Tony that's going to be joining me tomorrow. To talk about his team Arsenal that's doing very well, which kind of makes me sick, but here we are. Here we are.
Don't
Either
worry,
way,
Lons. Don't worry, Lons are gonna give them a hell of a game.
oh, I hope.
They are.
It, oh, yeah.
They're getting
It,
back in form, Lons. So
yes. Lawns,
Arsenal better look out.
please, please help me out. But yeah, either way, have a great time, everybody, and we are out. See y'all soon. Peace and love. Bye bye.
Are you all right? Yes. No, you are all left.